I'm about to deploy the National Guard to be the police in the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C. All that paid in full, all that Wayne Perry, all that Alpo going to D.C., all that D.C. being a chocolate city, all that D.C. being rough and tough, and you able to buy a sack, you able to buy drugs right around the corner from the White House. What Alpo said, we had murders down the street from the White House. So, I don't know if y'all ever been to the Washington Monument. I don't know if y'all ever been to the Washington Capitol. If y'all ever been down there where the monument is and all that. It's real dangerous down there, right around the corner from the monument. So, you had to know with the deportation against Latino people and all that, you had to know he's gonna come for black people sooner or later. And they said they're gonna try to let the National Guard out in heavily Democratic places. That's where black people at. Oakland, Detroit, Philadelphia. They're gonna start with DC, which is used to be called Chocolate City. I heard a bunch of people I did it live, and they said a bunch of people from DC said it's not like that no more. They gentrified it, but there's still some black people there. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna have the National Guard policing regular neighborhoods. And they starting off. And I mean, if you're a black person that want crime out of your neighborhood, I don't see why this would be a problem. If you're a criminal, I can see why you wouldn't like this. If you're a criminal, I can see why you wouldn't like this. I'm not a criminal, so I don't have a dog in the fight.
This is Liberty.
I want y'all to hear this stuff.
Our capital city has been overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs and homeless people. And we're not going to let it happen anymore. We're not going to take it. Just like we did on our southern border. Nobody comes to our southern border. 3 months in a row we had zero. I don't know if that's right, but rescue our nation's capital from crime, bloodshed, bedlam, and squalor, and worse. This is Liberation Day in D.C., and we're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. Under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States, I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is? And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control, and you'll be meeting the people that will be directly involved with that. Very good people, but they're tough, and they know what's happening. They've done it before. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety.
National Guard.
In Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed to do their job properly. And you people are victims of it, too. You're reporters, and I understand a lot of you tend to be on the liberal side, but you don't want to get mugged and raped and shot and killed. And you all know people and friends of yours that happened. And so you can be anything you want, but you want to have safety in the streets. You want to be able to leave your apartment or your house where you live and feel safe and go into a store to buy a newspaper or buy something. And you don't have that now.
I thought crime went down in Washington, D.C.
Is higher than that of Bogota, Colombia, Mexico City, some of the places that you hear about as being the worst places on earth. Much higher. This is much higher.
But I thought crime went down in D.C.
It's doubled over the past 5 years, and the number of carjackings has more than tripled. Murders in 2023 reached the highest rate probably ever. They say 25.
So did he let the National Guard loose in Los Angeles to kind of test it out because he was getting ready to let the National Guard loose in all the black populated places in the United States? He abolished some black law. He looked like he was giving black people an alley-oop, but looked like we was proud to be black Americans. And, I wasn't one of the people that was glad that he was going after Latino people and all that. I was just looking at it like, man, I'm out the way. He gonna come after us next. And it looked like, I heard the highly democratic places, that's where a lot of black people at, the hood, that we believe in being a Democrat no matter what. Like I say, I picked the better of the two evils. But it ain't about the politics. It ain't about me talking about that right now. It's about the fact that Trump about to let the National Guard loose in black neighborhoods across America. Sorry if y'all can't hear it. It's raining hard.
Because the crime is ridiculous. I could show you a chart comparing DC to other locations, and you're not going to want to see what it looks like. Now, we want to have a great, safe capital, and we're going to have it. And that includes cleanliness, and it includes other things. We have a capital
Cleaning up
that's
the
very
streets.
unsafe. You know, we just almost lost a young man, beautiful, handsome guy that got the hell knocked out of him the night before last. And
Talking about that Cincinnati where them black people jumped that white couple.
now, we wanted to give him a little recovery time. We just put a call into him. They're calling back in a little while, but he went through a bad situation, put it mildly, and there's too much of it. We're going to do something about it. So whether you call it federalized or what, and that also includes the graffiti that you see, the papers all over the place, the roads that are in bad shape, the medians that are falling down, the median in between.
He fixing the
roads
ghetto.
that are falling down. We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And what a shame. The rate of crime, the rate of muggings, killings, and everything else, we're not going to let it. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
Bringing in the National Guard, y'all. Can you imagine America with no hoods? No ghettos? He already taken away, you know, welfare and Section 8. He already trying to get rid of that. So is Trump trying to really clean up the hood? Can you imagine America without the hood? I've been knowing about hoods ever since I've been born. I've been able to go to any city, you know, any state and find a little pocket where it's hoods where you can have an open air drug market and do what we do in the hood, you know. But if Trump is about to abolish that, it's gonna be some black people that's gonna like it and some that's not. I mean, where do y'all stand, you know? I'm not a criminal, so I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at the National Guard band walking around the hood. And few people I know might get swept up in that, but you know, black people are always complaining about we don't got no ships to bring that stuff into our hood. We don't own no boats to go overseas and bring drugs. You know, you can stop the violence, you can stop the guns from coming in that neighborhood and all that. And it looks like Trump about to really do that. It looks like he about to really try to do that. So I hope it ain't one of them. Fix the hood, fix it. Wait, hold on. We still got a few more drugs to sell. We still got a few more bodies to catch. Hold on, not yet. I hope it ain't nothing like that because it looked like, you know, Trump about to try to do that. And you know, when Trump say he do something, he be trying to really do it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They starting off with DC. I think they started off with the deportation crisis thing going on in LA where they was fighting the National Guard back. That was the first little test. Now they finna put them in Washington, D.C. So imagine you come outside to handle business. You think you're a drug dealer and you come outside and you see tanks on your street.